Hello, I will talk to you today about the Zephyr software, the Zephyr JIRA add-on. And the key features of this program is writing test cases, test scheduling, execution and defect logging, and also tracking metrics. So we can access Zephyr from this menu that we have search tests, create a test, plan the test cycle, the execution and filters, and also the summary and metrics. This is the main menu from Zephyr, but this is an add-on that is integrated in JIRA, and it could be linked to all the projects in this example JIRA tools, that is the Outrun platform. So it's important to give an overview about all the menus. So let's start with search a test. In our demo project, we have already some example tests. We can see that is like a test type is also like issue type on JIRA. It's the same structure, so we can edit and validate all of these fields. So we can go now to create a test, and we have the summary, priority, the version, the reporter, the environment, a short description, and also the estimates, and also we can we can attach some files. So it's important to know that is as a normal issue or bug or improvement on JIRA. So we can now check some other features of this program. We can also check now in this screen the dashboard from Zephyr, and we can now let's access now one of the tests again. When we enter the test, we have the structure. So you can see that everything is editable, and we can edit the same fields we used on the creation. We can add some comments, of course. And then, of course, there is an workflow associated to the test type. So we can start progress, stop, resolve, or even close the tickets. That is the test cases. We can also add fields because we have the admin role, and also clone. Clone is very important to make new cycles and releases. But the main button is the link and the execute. The link we can link to an JIRA issue, and we can block it, or we can say that is related to, and that is important because the issue on JIRA will have the information about our test case. That is a very important feature. When you make the link, the test case will already knows that there is that linkage, and we will know about that. And it's one of the main features about Zephyr. Also, we can check that all of the main button, of course, is the execute. We can execute an ad hoc, or we can check now the executed stuff. So we can see that we have the pass, failed, in progress, or blocked, and we can make an overall result from our execution, that is the execution status. And we can add, we will know who did the execution and at what time. Also, we can add some defects, of course, already known defects, or defects created through the test execution. We have the test steps, the test data, the expected results, and also comments, attachments, and defects. This is the test details, and there are the most important fields. In the comments, of course, some test comments about the execution can be said. We have a maximum file upload size of 10 mega, so it's very important to make screenshots or videos. We can again enter defects for specific test steps, and also create new issues like bugs, improvements, I don't know. So let's proceed to another feature. When we access the test again, we can see that there is the first execution that was an ad hoc execution, and of course the time and who did it. We have the activity bar, status bar, as a normal JIRA issue. And now we have the most important thing, that is the test step, test data, and the expected results. We can tab all the fields, which is very important, and also we can drag and drop all of the test steps. That is very important. It's all of the fields are editable, and it's very important to know that we can update any test case. Also, we can send the test cases links to a new user, another email. There is no limitation. Also, we can export as XML or Word or a printable format. For now, we can check also the status, that is in this case it's open, but we also have the usual workflow as open, resolved, closed, all of those steps. We also have labels and priorities. One of the most important features, it's the importer utility of Zephyr JIRA, and we can access it by this small jar file. And we'll have the possibility to import test cases from XML or Excel file types, which is very important because we usually we use the Excel type. So for starters, we have to insert our jiratools.outran.com. And then, of course, as we have a server version of JIRA, we can edit, of course, and also the authentication for security reasons. And then we make the connect, and all the projects that will be displayed are those that we have the security privilege, the permissions. So we will go to our test dummy project for now. Okay, and now we will add the test type feature to our issue type. The project it's essential that the project has this kind of issue type, because if not, we cannot import it. So we can do it by XML. These are the fields and the corresponding XML columns. But the most important thing for us is the Excel. So we can do it by sheet, by name change, by ID, and we also can do it by an empty row, the discriminator for the different test cases. Also, we have a starting row, and we can import all the sheets and also attach a worksheet to an issue. As we can see, every JIRA field will map to a new Excel column that is in our template. And the most important fields, of course, are name, step, result, test data. And now I can show you in this Excel file that we have two test cases that are separated by a test name change, and also I wanted to start on the second row. So the first row we can add what we want, what are the fields to be mapped. So it's very easy, it's very user-friendly to use this importer. And now it's only a matter of mapping the columns to the right one. So the name will be the A column, step the B column, result C, test data D, and finally comments for example is the F column. So also the externality is the E column. Also we can add priority, version, labels. It's a matter of choosing the right template. So the most important step for now is to, of course, import this file. It's a dummy file, but we will have a template for our project. So when you do import a file, you can also import folder that will import all the Excel files in the folder. We also start the import. We will see a success message, all the test type issues were properly created, and then we can check it on our project that we have 2 new cases, that is the new DEMI and the create app. So we can see that all of the fields were mapped correctly with the Excel file. We have the test steps, the test data, and the expected results, and also we can make an execution right away, and of course put the test to pass, to fail, of course all the things that I already told you. So it's a simple method that we have to import files, and it's a great addition to this plugin. Also, if you have a different template, that is a name with a merged cells on Excel, the JIRA Zephyr importer will also import correctly all the steps and all the results and all the different test cases. That is very awesome. So it's the same structure, the same methods, and the discriminator will always be chosen by us. You can see that I choose the discriminator to be the test name change, but also I added 4 empty rows just to see if the program can also import the steps below. So as we can see, the import will be done correctly, thankfully, and now we can check all the steps, all the data, and for example we can also check and edit all the fields. For now it will be important that we can also add the existing test cycle and execute it considering the version and of course different test cycles we created. Okay, so for now we also make changes on the status to see if the execution run well, but of course it will. We can we can send the proper information to everyone that is expecting the results from the tests, because these execution status and reports are very editable, and also we can do the best because we can add to all the steps, we can add attachments, comments, and of course many the defects, and also make the correct linkage. So for now let's go to the planned test cycle and also check that we can have different versions, of course, because of the different releases from the projects, and also we can create different test cycles like regression, acceptance, all of those fields, and we will have a summary of all the execution. The only problem of this view it's that we cannot add new defects or comments, but we can execute the tests and see a metric about the execution pass, file, block, in progress, and also we can add different tests. We can also create execution filters, like we can add tests to a new test cycle that is with different criteria like priority, execution status, components, and users. We can do that. In this example, I chose the tests that were failing on the ad hoc execution test cycle, and I have the proper information, and I can right away execute these tests. Also, this method will consider the duplicates, so it's better when we have a lot of new and different tests. The metrics on Zephyr are very important, as you can see, and also we can copy every test cycle and every test to different versions, and of course when we need to execute a new step or give the proper information about the new release, we can do it without any problem. So now let's continue. As we can see, the defect component and label columns are not filled, and for now we see that the test cycles are one of the most important features. We can see that all the metrics are updated on the fly, and we can access all the issues and all the execution. We have a nice change log and history log. So continuing, now we have the test summary fields that has the 30-day summary and also tests by components, and also a mechanism of search as any JIRA project. And also we have the execution filters that are the normal ones. We can create different queries and of course search for the failed ones, the in progress, of the usual searches and queries we can do on JIRA. We can have an overview about all the tests and all the executions and all the unexecuted tests, the failed ones, and also the tests that belongs to the user. Again, the test summary is a different overview, but the most important thing is the test metrics. Zephyr dashboard can be a bit tricky sometimes, but creating a new dashboard considering the Zephyr dashboard will allow us for now to create a dashboard that can verify all the test execution chart, execution details, test execution burn down, and all the defects also impacting tests. We can add new gadgets that are Zephyr created. We have here the list of those gadgets, and when we add those gadgets, we can edit them, drag and drop them, and it's very important because we can choose the project, the version, and quickly access it without a problem. Also change the colors, of course, refresh, create and refresh and update interval, and of course the quickest method to see all the metrics from the project, from the test cases and from the project. We can also choose what fields we want to display, of course, and in this example I'm checking the burn down chart, of course, and the test distribution chart. All of these gadgets are editable, which is very important. And finally, the most important one, that is Zephyr test execution chart. Again, the drag and drop. And this test execution chart is very important because we have a view about the test cycles, and also the ones that are passed, failed, in progress, blocked, or unexecuted. Again, by version and with the refresh interval that we want without a problem. I think those are the best features Zephyr can add. Zephyr has, of course, disadvantages that are mainly related to the automation that yet Zephyr cannot do it, only through new add-ons to JIRA. And of course, sometimes there is bugs like this Zephyr dashboard bug, the default one. And I think we can also see now, I'm checking the wallboard view that is important for presentation. If we want to report something, it's a great possibility that we can have with Zephyr dashboard. And I think it's the most important thing. Also, Zephyr has a huge community and developers support, so all the bugs are being treated and resolved right away. It's very important that also we can create new elements on this support community, and we know for sure that it will be quickly answered. The program doesn't have so many disadvantages, but the potential that the project of test cases, or creating new test cases, and also the execution and defect logging are the best features that Zephyr can have. So I also, of course, obviously recommend this tool to be used on our everyday, daily basis, because it's very important to the test center. And it will be the most important tool to link with all the projects in corporate. Thanks a lot, and if there is any doubts, please let me know to make a second webinar about Zephyr.